If someone just pokes you and says, what's your opinion of it, and you spend half an hour thinking about it, normally you've got a kind of ignorant reaction based upon imperfect models and imperfect understanding. And it's only when you get to the point in your life when you need it and you need to understand it, or you have an inspirational experience that forces you to dig a bit deeper, do you start to form a more nuanced view. So coming up with a way to store economic energy for 100 years or 1,000 years is a challenge. And what if I told you, right, the human race, the longest we ever managed to get anything to live economically was 35 years. And now we just came up with this thing that has a theoretical life of forever. It's like that's a singularity, right? It's like, It's like the world before oil and after oil. You ever try to row a boat across the Atlantic, okay, and then compare that to a ship with a sail? That was a pretty big step change, right? From mechanical power to sail power. Now, that ship with the sail was 6 to 12 week journey, and then replace that with a ship with a diesel engine. Right. And you tell me whether you like that or not. But of course, you probably would like liquid energy or chemical energy in liquid form. And now, when you flip that to a nuclear powered aircraft carrier, it becomes different again. And so we're stepping through energy paradigms. And each paradigm is order of magnitude or orders of magnitude more powerful than the previous paradigm. And ultimately, the challenge is, how do you get the society to adopt a paradigm shift? I mean, the definition of a paradigm is it's so unexpected that people can't even conceive it exists. So, of course, they don't choose to spend the time to understand what it is, because they reject it reflexively out of hand as an impossibility, or they diminish it as, oh, it's tulips. It's like it's just a bunch of tulip bulbs, or it's a speculative thing, because they're not looking for digital energy that lasts forever, that moves at the speed of light in milliseconds, right? They're not looking for it, probably because they don't even understand. A lot of times people don't understand the distinction of matter and energy as it relates to economics. They don't understand that money is energy. If you don't think money is energy, then you don't think property is low frequency money. So as soon as you see money as energy, and I'd say 2/3 of the people on Twitter, or 2/3 of the people that I track, they don't really get the idea of digital energy, because just in their mind, they're just prejudiced against the idea. You know what they say? They go, oh, it's not digital energy because it doesn't generate electricity on the other end. It's like, but these are the same people that don't really think about what is the definition of digital music. Like if I give you an MP3 file, or I give you an MP4 file, is it digital music if there's no speaker? Sure it is. It's a file that has a song on it. Okay, but how does it become music? Well, I have to send it over a network to a computer to decode it, and then I have to plug it into a speaker, which is electrified, and it becomes digital music. The file is Beethoven's Fifth Symphony. Take away the internet, take away electricity, take away the speaker, take away the computers. Is the MP3 file still Beethoven's Fifth Symphony? Yeah, I mean, I suppose if you obliterate every computer on the planet, and you obliterate the internet, and you obliterate every power source, then you won't be able to hear Beethoven's Fifth Symphony. But the file still got the music encoded on it. And the same is true with the metaphor holds for digital books, digital maps, digital energy, right? If I give you a map, a Google map, but you don't have an iPad or a monitor, is it a map? Sure it is. You just need the right decoding device. You need a decoder chip with a monitor with some electricity, and then it becomes a map for you. Okay. So, but people would say, well, it's not real. Google Maps is not really a digital map because you need electricity on the other end to decode it. Well, yeah. So let's come back to digital energy. Is it Bitcoin digital energy? Well, if I send it to you and you're in Tokyo, what does it take for you to convert it back into electricity? Just all you got to do is run it through your computer, plug it into a local fiat exchange it for yen, and buy yourself some kilowatt hours, and it becomes electricity. But maybe you don't want electricity. Maybe you want fire. You can buy some coal and you can set it afire. Maybe you want oil. Maybe you want it in low frequency form, so you turn it into a building. Is it energy? Sure, it's energy. Why? Because Satoshi solved the double spend problem. And the double spend problem is a very lowbrow colloquial phrase that equates to the highbrow conservation of energy, right? The solution of the double spend problem is the solution of implementing conservation of energy in cyberspace.
Yep.
And at the point that you implemented conservation of energy in cyberspace, you converted the file from holding digital information, which is non-conservative, to holding digital energy, which is conservative, right? Messages, maps, music are information, and they're non-conservative. And that was the first instantiation of the internet. But what Bitcoin delivers us is digital property, digital matter, digital energy, things that are conservative in cyberspace, things that if I transfer $1 billion from me to you, I can't have it, and now you do have it. And that is the magic of solving the double spend problem. And that is the big paradigm shift